Welcome to the 22nd Annual World Affairs Council of Greater Houston's Jesse H. Jones Awards Program. I'm MARYANNE Maldonado, CEO of the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston, and we're so happy that you've joined us today. Together with our Board of Directors, the World Affairs Council is proud to recognize the 2020 International Citizen of the Year, the Chairman and CEO of Noble Energy, Mr. Dave Stover. We are also pleased to recognize our Educator of the Year, who has introduced hundreds of students to the world of foreign affairs, Miss Alice Davidson, and also the Student World Affairs Council of the Year, Caney Creek High School, and lastly, 12 Houstonians nominated for their contributions to the city's international community, the 2020 Global Leaders of Influence. Together with our supporting organizations, host committee members, partner organizations, and our council cabinet, and also the mayor of the city of Houston, it is our honor and the international spirit of Jesse H. Jones, whose vision was central to Houston becoming a hub of international commerce. We recognize those that lead and contribute to our region's global economy. For 50 years, the Council has provided Houstonians dialogue and understanding through the exchange of ideas and perspectives in an open and respectful environment. Today, the World Affairs Council remains a relevant and important educational organization, bringing international awareness and cross-cultural understanding to the members all across the Houston area. Our programs focus on business geopolitics, international affairs, and foreign policy. And each year we bring the highest level of experts to Houston, such as Ambassador Susan Rice, General Jim Mattis, and Ambassador Nikki Haley. Once again, it is our honor to recognize our 2020 International Citizen of the Year, an individual who brings nearly 40 years of oil and gas industry experience to his current role as Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Noble Energy, one of the nation's leading independent energy companies. Please join me in welcoming the Chairman of the Board of the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston, Mr. Soma Somasundaram. Soma.
Thank you, MARYANNE. Hello and greetings. Hope you and your loved ones are staying safe and healthy. I'm Soma Somasundaram, and I have the honor of serving as the Chairman of the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston. I'm proud to be associated with the World Affairs Council, and I have benefited significantly from participating in their programs. And attending this award luncheon is always a highlight for me. As with many things, we have to learn, adapt, and adjust to this current environment. I have to say, the World Affairs Council team has done a remarkable job adjusting to the current environment, taking the message and mission of World Affairs Council online, and this event is a good example of that. Thinking back, the list of those whom we have named for the International Citizen of the Year is truly inspiring, and this year is no exception. Today, that list got even more impressive as we honor a true leader in our community, David Stover, Chairman and CEO of Noble Energy. Houston's robust, innovation-driven, and genuinely international economy didn't happen by accident. It was forged by inspired and engaged business and community leaders from diverse industries, nonprofits, and public institutions. Dave is a shining example of such a leader, and his support for the World Affairs Council and other service organizations reveals much about his dedication to our community. On behalf of the Board of the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston, I would like to congratulate Dave for this well-deserved honor and thank him for his continuing contributions to Houston and the society. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the supporters of the Council and the Jones Award 2020 program. I want to express my sincere appreciation to the Executive Committee, my fellow board members, and the World Affairs Council staff for their continued dedication to the Council. These are challenging and extraordinary times, and the critical role we play in helping our community with their global awareness has never been more important. Thank you for your interest and time.
Hi, I'm Leslie Beyer, board member with the World Affairs Council and president of PISA. On behalf of the 2020 Host Committee, I'd like to thank you for joining us today at the 22nd Annual Jesse H. Jones Awards. I'd also like to thank you for your support of the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston so that we can continue to promote understanding of the world, its people, politics, economies, and cultures, and enable the Houston community to more effectively participate in the global world. Congratulations to Dave Stover on receiving the 2020 International Citizen of the Year Award and to our 12 global leaders of influence.
Hi, I'm Arthur KAPLUN, board member of the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston and partner of EY. On behalf of the board and the council, I would like to thank all of our Jones Award sponsors whose contributions help support the council's mission. As an organization, the Council serves as a platform that bridges the gap between our local and global neighbors in an increasingly interconnected world. Please join me in recognizing our 2020 Jesse H. Jones Award sponsors. Our diamond sponsor, Noble Energy. Our platinum sponsor, Chevron. Our gold sponsors, Accenture, ConocoPhillips, Deloitte, EY, White & Case. And our silver sponsors, Baker Hughes, ChampionX, Citibank, Edison, Chusett Offshore, ExxonMobil, Farouk Systems, Halliburton, KPMG, McMurray Investment Advisors, Phillips 66, Schlumberger, and our bronze sponsors. Congratulations to David Stover on receiving the 2020 Citizen of the Year Award, and congratulations to our 12 global influencers.
Hi, I'm Laura Logan, Public and Government Affairs Manager with ExxonMobil and a board member for the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston. For the first time in Jones Award Luncheon history, we would like to honor 12 global leaders of influence who have demonstrated exceptional leadership, made a significant contribution to the international spirit of Houston, and made a lasting impact on our community. They're a critical component in shaping the future of Houston and making our city and region a better place. Will you please join me in honoring our 2020 Global Leaders of Influence? Karen David Green, Weatherford. Flor Damasi, Global Speak Translations. Charles Foster, Foster Global. Jeanette Marks, Air Swift. Regina Mayer, KPMG. Janet Moore, Honorary Consul of Georgia. David B. Morse, David B. Morse Management. Ashley North, Wells Fargo. Christopher Olson, City of Houston. Gordon Kwan, Kwan Law Group. Farouk Shami, Farouk Systems. Lisa Shoemate, Houston Public Media. Please join me in congratulating all of our 2020 Global Leaders of Influence.
Hi, I'm Nick Tran, board member with Schlumberger. The World Affairs Council of Greater Houston offers educational opportunities for students and Houston teacher groups. Teachers get a one-on-one meeting that proved challenging and thought-provoking. Teachers have the chance to get professional development credit, allowing them to expand their minds and enhance their careers at once. As the premier international student organization in Houston, continuing education has always been our driving force. Schlumberger is a longstanding and proud supporter of the Council's educational initiatives. Today, please join me in recognizing World Affairs Council of Greater Houston, Teacher of the Year, and Student World Affairs Council of the Year. The World Affairs Council of Greater Houston is happy to announce the 2020 International Teacher of the Year Award, Alice Davidson of Episcopal High School. Alice has been an educator since 1981. And she's had the opportunity to teach world history as well as Chinese history in HISD, Episcopal High School, Tianjin University, and the International School of Tianjin in China. Alice founded the World Affairs Club at Episcopal High School and has grown it from a small group of less than 10 to one of the largest clubs in the school. Last year, there were more than 130 members in a school of only 170 students. We are proud to recognize such an amazing international teacher. Again, thank you, Alice Davidson. It is with great pleasure that we acknowledge the Student World Affairs Council of the Year, Caney Creek High School of Conroe ISD. Caney Creek's SWAC chapter has grown exponentially in about a year and has shown much enthusiasm for all educational programming. They hosted their own SWAC programs with great international leaders on their campus. We want to thank the sponsor teachers, Heather Camp Lopez and Eric Tanner, and Caney Creek SWAC chapter for their dedication and hard work to SWAC, and look forward to another amazing year with them. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Araceli Pacina. I am a student at Caney Creek High School. Being a part of the Student World Affairs Council means countless opportunities to constantly learn and grow. I am beyond grateful to be a part of such a wonderful organization and to have learned the importance of awareness and how drastic of an impact it has on the way that you view the world and the events that occur within it. So on behalf of our Student World Affairs Council chapter, please join me in welcoming the Mayor of the great city of Houston, Sylvester Turner.
Hello, and thank you for that kind introduction. Welcome to the 22nd Annual Jesse H. Jones Awards Program, where we gather to honor David Stover and the 2020 International Citizen of the Year. As the energy capital of the world, it is fitting to honor the CEO of an energy company. I thank the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston for the invitation to participate with you again. For 50 years, the Council has provided a forum for dialogue and understanding through exchanging ideas and perspectives in an open and respectful environment. Houston is one of the great international cities of the world. One of 4 residents in Houston was born in a foreign country. And while we celebrate our diversity, we are proud to be an inclusive community. With this global character comes a great need for education. The World Affairs Council helps promote a deeper understanding of the world, its people, politics, economies, and cultures. It allows us as Houstonians to more effectively engage with the ever-changing world around us. Therefore, today, we are honoring David Stover as the 2020 International Citizen of the Year, along with 12 global leaders of influence. And the honorees have demonstrated exceptional leadership, made significant contributions to Houston's international spirit and made a lasting impact on the community. They are a critical component in shaping the future of Houston and making our city and region a better place. And I am proud that my own Director of Trade and International Affairs, Chris Olson, is among those being honored. Congratulations, Chris, and to everyone. Thank you again to the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston for realizing the importance of education and the opportunities you are providing our youth. And congratulations to Dave Stover for his incredible contributions to our global city and becoming the 2020 International Citizen of the Year.
Thank you, Mayor Turner, for that kind introduction. Let me extend my hope that all of you and your families are doing well during these unprecedented times. I want to thank each of you for joining me in this virtual setting. I'm truly honored and grateful to be selected as the recipient of the 2020 Houston World Affairs Council's Jesse H. Jones Award. I would like to thank the Council for recognizing the impact that Noble Energy has made as we have sought to live our purpose, energizing the world and bettering people's lives. When I entered the oil and gas industry more than 40 years ago, I didn't foresee being named Houston's International Citizen of the Year. At that time, coming from Western Pennsylvania, Texas seemed like a foreign assignment. However, looking back over the last decade, Noble Energy's work in Israel and the Eastern Mediterranean has truly been groundbreaking and impactful. I joined Noble Energy in 2002, 3 years after the company made the first ever natural gas discovery offshore Israel. In 2004, we began providing Israel with its first domestic supply of natural gas. Our operations and impact in that region have expanded ever since, with the discoveries of our Tamar and Leviathan fields offshore Israel and our Aphrodite field offshore Cyprus. Today, gas produced by Noble Energy and our partners fuels more than 70% of Israel's daily power generation needs. Our discoveries have brought Israel energy security for the foreseeable future. Equally important, Noble Energy's natural gas developments have come to foster additional regional cooperation between Israel and its neighbors. In January of this year, we began delivering significant volumes of natural gas from our Leviathan field offshore Israel to the countries of Egypt and Jordan, something that many of the experts said could never be done. We have accomplished this by maintaining the belief that people in all nations share the hope of providing a better life for their families, a hope that depends upon access to clean, reliable sources of energy. For all of these accomplishments, I thank Noble Energy's employees who work tirelessly to make these projects a reality. I also want to acknowledge and congratulate our many partners, the leadership of the government of Israel, and the leadership of Egypt and Jordan, who believed in and committed to these projects. Israel's Minister of Energy, Yuval Steinitz, ensured that there would be an offshore natural gas industry in Israel by helping to overcome obstacles. He's been a true partner in bringing Israel's natural gas industry from vision to reality. Finally, I want to recognize the U.S. government's diplomatic advocacy in the region. 2 successive administrations, one Democrat and the other Republican, both saw the vision and importance of our Eastern Mediterranean gas project to the Middle East region. The U.S. government understood these gas resources had the potential to demonstrate the impact that energy diplomacy could have around the world. I especially want to recognize the contribution of Secretary of Energy, Dan Brouillette. He and his department have been tireless and effective champions of regional cooperation in the Eastern Mediterranean. With an expected close of our merger with Chevron by the end of the year, we and the governments in the region look forward to continuing our leadership in the Eastern Mediterranean. In closing, Looking at the distinguished list of past recipients of the Jesse H. Jones Award, I am truly honored to accept this on behalf of all our employees. I believe that this award demonstrates that we can accomplish what others may deem impossible, and our efforts can change people's lives for the better. Thank you very much for this honor.
Good afternoon. I'm Amaka Oyolu. I'm a board member and I work with Phillips 66. So Phillips 66 strongly supports the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston. We really value the wide range of programs that the council hosts every year to showcase the diversity of Houston and also our quest to grow our knowledge of the world that we live in. That is totally aligned with Phillips 66's mission, which is to provide energy and improve lives. Congratulations to the recipient of this year's Jones Award, David Stover of Noble Energy. We salute your accomplishments and everything that you do and have done to support and better Houston. As the energy capital of the planet, we welcome a word from a very, very good friend of the energy industry, the Secretary of Energy. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Dan BROUILLETTE.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and honor to be with all of you to celebrate Dave Stover, the 2020 International Citizen of the Year, and to recognize the 2020 Leaders of Influence, whose efforts have connected Houston with the world. Let me begin by acknowledging the obvious. Our world has changed a lot since last year. In recent months, we've faced a global pandemic followed by a sudden decline in energy demand and a collapse in prices. Developments that have had a hard impact here in Houston and all across Texas. But in facing those challenges, we're finding solutions. And as your organization believes, let us never forget that no matter how much the world changes, we have the ability to change the world as one citizen, one community, and one nation. We see a great example of that in Dave Stover and Noble Energy, especially in their work to develop oil and gas resources in the Eastern Mediterranean. Though long anticipated, the odds against these gas developments in places like Cyprus and Israel seemed high to some. But Noble and Dave Stover, they believed otherwise. Everything changed when Noble made a series of discoveries in the Eastern Mediterranean, most notably the Tamar and Leviathan fields, which together proved to be among the largest natural gas finds in the world in the last decade. For Israel, Leviathan is the largest energy project in their history. Today, production from Tamar is used to generate approximately 70% of Israel's electricity and has significantly reduced their dependence on imported coal and fuel oil. Development of the much larger Leviathan field holds the promise of providing Israel with greater energy independence and significant export opportunities regionally and globally. Already, Leviathan is sending gas to Egypt and Jordan. And while the recently announced deal between Chevron and Noble Energy has yet to be approved by stakeholders, it's an exciting development for Israel and others to form natural commercial partnerships among countries whose bilateral relations may be difficult. Expansion of energy trade can be a success for all parties and promote peace and prosperity in the region. We're also advancing U.S. energy dominance right here in Texas. During his visit, President Trump announced the final policy statement allowing DOE's authorizations of LNG exports to be extended through 2050, a dramatic improvement from the current practice of granting 20-year export terms. Just this year, LNG exports from the United States will reduce our trade deficit by over $10 billion. LNG exports in the United States are providing tens of thousands of oil and gas jobs and have led to investment of billions of dollars in infrastructure. We also have research projects underway in Texas exploring new ways to increase the recovery of unconventional oil and gas resources. As we do so, we're investing in carbon capture, utilization, and storage projects to promote economic growth, protect the environment, and enhance our energy security. We're doing all of this and more because we're confident that together we can find solutions for our greatest global challenges. So I'd like to thank you again for inviting me to join you today. I'd like to again congratulate Dave Stover and our 2020 Leaders of Influence. Together, let us change the world as one citizen, one community, and one nation.
Hello, I'm SANDIJA BAYOT, Chief Development Officer of the World Affairs Council, Greater Houston. Honorable Dan BROUILLETte, United States Secretary of Energy, thank you so much for your kind words. For our council, this is also a very special opportunity to thank and celebrate our ongoing partnership with Council of War of Houston. As most of you already know, there's more than 90 countries represented here in our Houston. What a success and indication of Houston's global importance. Thank you, our friends, for your continued support of our council and our mission. Now, it is my honor to share very special greetings all the way from Israel. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Yuval Steinitz, Minister of Energy for State of Israel. Thank you.
Dear David Stover, I was very pleased to hear that you are becoming Citizen of the Year as Israel Minister of Energy. It's a golden opportunity for me to express our appreciation and gratitude to your leadership and to and to the achievements of Noble Energy in the Israeli energy scene, in the discovery of our very rich gas fields offshore Israel and the development of Tamar and Leviathan. Actually, since you became the CEO of Noble Energy 5 years ago, you managed to develop Leviathan right on time, despite many difficulties and obstacles, and you managed to solve the difficulties, to bypass many of the obstacles, and to do it right on time. And this is a great achievement of Noble Energy and of you personally. It's highly appreciated. As everybody knows, Leviathan is one of the biggest offshore and deep water gas fields in the entire world. And now it's already producing gas both for the Israeli domestic market, but also much of the gas is being exported from Leviathan to our neighbors, to Jordan and Egypt. And the fact that this happened on time is was a very positive surprise to many Israelis, and it's a great achievement. And now, after the acquisition of Noble Energy by Chevron, by the giant Chevron company, I think it's exactly the right time as Israel Minister of Energy to express our gratitude to you and to your leadership.
We hope you've enjoyed our program today. Congratulations again to Dave for being recognized as the 2020 International Citizen of the Year, and to all the global leaders of influence, Alice Davidson and Caney Creek High School for being named Educator of the Year and SWAC of the Year. We thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at our upcoming international team competition, World Quest, in October. Now, on behalf of the Council's Board of Directors, the host committee, and our program sponsors, I'm MARYANNE Maldonado, and together with the entire Council team, thank you for staying globally engaged as the World Affairs Council of Greater Houston continues to bring you global perspectives and local conversations.